So I wanted to talk about drafting a new program in California law and some of the main things that you want to keep in mind drafting such a bill. Now, California legislators pretty regularly propose the creation of a new program in state government. And of course, the attorneys in the Office of Legislative Counsel are required to draft these bills. A bill that creates a new program in the state has several component parts, usually including the following provisions. A title, the bill title. This section provides that the title of the new state program or the act is as specified. An example of this kind of language would begin with, this chapter shall be known and may be cited as, and then its specified title. Legislative findings. This section provides any legislative findings and declarations for a new state program or the act. An example of this bill language would begin with, the legislature finds and declares all of the following. The next is the establishment of the program, and this section provides for, of course, establishing the program and the parameters. A bill would likely begin with, the specified program is hereby established in, we're in state government, it's going to be for the purpose of, and then you specify what it would be doing. Likely followed by a definition section. So this section, of course, provides terms and their definition that'll be used in this area of law. And that language usually begins with, for purposes of this section, the following definitions shall apply. Then it usually turns to program administration. And this section, of course, provides how the state program will actually be administered. And an example of how that bill would begin with is, the department shall do the following in the state pursuant to the section of law. And then you're going to turn to the reporting section. And this section provides that any reporting requirements, such as a report to the legislature for the new state program. And this sort of bill will begin with, the report shall examine the feasibility of and provide recommendations regarding all of the following. This usually is followed by any expenditure of funds. And this section is going to provide how funds will be expended by the new state program. And the language could begin with, the sum of amount is hereby appropriated from the general fund to this particular fund for purposes of administering this program or this chapter. And then the last main section of a new program bill is going to be a sunset clause. And so usually a sunset date is specified for a new state program so that it can be properly evaluated. And this section is going to begin with, this section shall remain in effect only until January 1 of a specified date, and as of that date is repealed. Now, obviously, the provisions I've highlighted here are not exhaustive, but these are certainly some of the main provisions of a bill that'll establish a new state program. There can be many more, or there can even be fewer provisions to such a bill, but these are the ones that are most often found in bills that create new state programs here in the state of California.